KPFX and HD1, Kindred, Fargo, Moorhead.
And KDLB HD3, Boise, Detroit Lakes.
It just rocks your world. Locally owned and operated by Radio FM Media. We are your Bison Nation station.
And #1 for classic rock that really rocks. 107.9, The Fox.
Now, here's today's headlines with the Fox Morning Show.
On 107.9, The Fox.
Today, January the 12th, every year, Kiss a Ginger Day.
Hair's red. National Kiss a Ginger Day.
Long, luxurious,
flowing red hair.
It's time to celebrate Kiss a Ginger Day.
Let's see a big open mouth sloppy kiss.
With tongues?
No tongues.
Oh. No tongues.
Oh, my porcelain ginger-haired prankster.
Pucker up, baby.
Happy Kiss a Ginger Day.
Showtime. Wow.
Well, Marge did just dye her hair red.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Or if you can just find Ginger, from Gilligan's Island.
Sure, she lives in New York City. She's still alive. She's the last one.
There you go. She's alive and well. Put one on her if she allows it.
Yeah. Get ready to run, because I'm sure she's got a good left hook.
Right. Well, welcome to it. Here it is. It's Friday.
Yes.
Woo.
We made it.
Yep.
Good job.
Oh, it's going to be a cold one, though. That Fox forecast with a high of 5 above today, and it's only going to get colder from there tonight. Single digits below 0. And then tomorrow, all the way through your Martin Luther King Day there on Monday, we're talking sub-zero temps for the highs. Yeah. We'll get through this, and by next weekend, they're already saying teens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so that's cool.
Yeah. So,
yesterday I saw 25 next Wednesday, and I'm like, am I looking at Hawaii?
I think so.
I think they kind of backed off on that a little bit, but I did.
That full Fox forecast anytime at 1079thefox.com. Currently, we are sitting at -6 at 6:03.
12th day of the new year. Welcome to it. Here's what's shaking on a Friday in our corner of the globe. Multiple law enforcement agencies across the state are reporting a trend of retail theft using credit card skimming. Fargo PD says suspects are targeting liquor stores, manually entering card information that is then charged back after leaving, resulting in retail loss. If you have any information on this, call the Fargo PD tip line. Or if you or your business has been a victim of this scam, make sure you contact Red River Regional Dispatch or file a report online. Honor Guards are going to be cleaning up wreaths in the Fargo National Cemetery tomorrow. The organization put out a public request for help during the cleanup, stating many hands make little work. The wreaths will be collected tomorrow starting at 11 a.m., which is forecasted to have some pretty nasty wind chills. So if you do go volunteer to help, make sure you bundle up and don't be dumb about it.
Yeah.
A dude in Texas claims Walmart racially profiled him and violated his civil rights when they falsely accused him of shoplifting. So he's suing them up for $100 million, or he says he'd take unlimited free shopping for life. I've never thought of that.
Yeah, right. Hey.
I can come in here and take whatever I want at any time. Right now I'm taking this hot dog, but I'll be back.
I'll be back for that big screen.
That's right. Only got 2 hands.
That's right.
4 people robbed a high-end store in Washington, D.C. a week ago, got away with more than $4,500 in designer handbags. That probably doesn't take much.
Yeah.
But this was at 5 p.m., and then they were caught when they got stuck in rush hour traffic.
Oh.
What a noob. The last U.S. lighthouse keeper retired.
Oh. And where is that at?
It doesn't say, but that's the last one. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
That's the end of an era.
Yeah, it is.
Right. Now the only American who spends every day in abject loneliness is Jennifer Aniston.
Oh.
Poor little honey. Samsung unveiled an AI robot companion for pets.
Yeah?
Perfect for pet owners who care about their animals, but not really.
What?
Yeah, exactly. God. And Wiz Khalifa in showbiz news. You know who that guy is? I think he's an entertainer. Well, he shows up to his son's parent-teacher conferences stoned.
Oh, no.
Isn't that something? Well, Nick Cannon shows up to his exhausted, I'm sure. So he got like 27 kids or something. That's your news for right now. You're on the pulse.
Oh, well, happy Friday. Coming up this morning, hey, Sam is back with his Super Wild Card Weekend predictions. And what was your favorite concert you ever went to? Leave that comment now on our fan page on Facebook at 1079thefox.com. We'll discuss that here shortly. But our Bison went into 2 overtimes last night. So we'll check that scoreboard for you next in sports.
Woo!
pivoting, driving, 5 to shoot, backing in on Diallo. Right hand dribble. Bowden getting position, lays it up and good. It is good for Scumberg. 89-84. Bison lead double overtime.
Yeah, senior Bowden Scumberg there finished with 23 points, and the Bison went on to outlast KC in double overtime, 92-91. What a game. The Bison are back in action at Omaha tomorrow.
Nice.
Tip-off at 7, coverage at 6 here on your Bison Nation station. Well, in Viking news, our team is headed back to London. The NFL announced yesterday that the Vikings have been designated to host a regular season game at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium during the 2024 season.
So this will be a home game for us?
This will be a home game for us.
Now, if you're a ticket holder, don't you feel a little ripped off?
You know, that's all worked into the equation, I guess.
That's just what they tell you.
Apparently, the Vikings, over a 15-year span, have to play or can play 4 games away from U.S. Bank Stadium.
Okay.
And this will be the 4th.
So if you're a ticket holder, you have a ticket for this game. You just got to get to London?
Probably.
I would think.
Yeah, you know.
I'd raise the stake.
We better double check on that before we got ticket
That's
holders saying, hey,
expensive.
I heard that on the radio.
Hey, those guys are talking about you fly me out to London.
But, hey, by the way, the Vikings are 3-0 in regular season London games, so London's been good to us.
Nice.
The one game I always remember is that one where Adam Thielen caught that touchdown and then he went into the soccer pose. You know, he slid across the end zone.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
That
the
was
Brits probably
awesome.
did too. He's playing the crowd.
Yep, exactly. Well, this broke yesterday in our last hour of the show, so it's worth repeating, though. Bill Belichick is leaving the Patriots after 24 years.
How about that, huh?
Of course, many calling him the best coach in the history of the NFL. One day after, of course, many call Nick Saban the best college football coach ever. I forgot, after they were doing some flashbacks with Bill Belichick yesterday, him and Nick Saban coached together the Cleveland Browns.
Boy, there's a dream team.
Right, but they still couldn't even save the Cleveland Browns.
It's the Browns.
It's the Browns.
They
Nobody
got better.
did.
They just had to separate their powers.
That's right.
That's terrible. That's too bad. And we're talking about another end of an era.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And Robert Kraft likes happy endings, so
Yeah,
that's
I
too
know.
bad, man.
Well, here it is, Super Wild Card Weekend. It starts with 2 games tomorrow, both from the AFC, starting with the Browns and the Texans, followed by the Dolphins and the Chiefs. Good luck finding that game. It's on Peacock. Yeah, Peacock. You have Peacock? I don't have Peacock.
I don't have it. I know. I'm not happy about that either.
No. And again, we talked a little bit about this yesterday already, but it could be one of the coldest games ever. Right now, it's expected to be 3 above at kickoff with a wind chill of minus 30.
How about that?
The coldest game still ever at a minus 13 actual temp, the Ice Bowl, way back there in 1967 between the, of course, Packers at Lambeau Field hosting the Cowboys in the NFL
They were
Championship.
burning pallets on the sidelines.
Sunday with 3 games, starting with the Steelers at the Bills. Speaking of the Packers and Cowboys, they hook up for Game 2 on Sunday. That'll be down there in Dallas. And it all wraps up with the Rams at the Lions on Sunday night. And then the final game of the Super Wild Card Weekend is Cody Mauch and the Bucs hosting the Eagles on Monday Night Football. Which team do you think is going to win it all as we get ready to get into the playoffs? Well, it's a tie, according to a new poll between the Ravens and the 49ers, and that falls right in line with our listeners as well. We've got that same poll on our fan page on Facebook at 1079thefox.com, and most of our listeners are split between the Ravens and the 49ers. It seems like the logical choices right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, those have been the 2 most consistent teams in the NFL this year.
Yeah.
So, there you go. That's your Fox Sports. Again, that Fox forecast today with a high of 5 above. Single digits below 0 for the low tonight, and that's kind of where we're going to stay all the way through, again, Martin Luther King Day on Monday. For your daytime high, sub-0 temps. Ouch. Make sure you dress accordingly.
Even inside. Just stay inside.
Exactly. Exactly. That full Fox forecast at 1079thefox.com. -6 right now at 6:14.
Well, we're going to have some fun on a Friday. What's your favorite concert you ever went to? Let us know on our Facebook page at 1079thefox.com.
Now here's the Fox Morning Show.
107.9 The Fox.
So, hey, this weekend we're spotlighting live cuts from your favorite classic rockers. It's a live in concert weekend.
That'll be fun.
That starts this afternoon at 4. And then come Monday, hey, we're giving you a chance to win tickets to see Bachman Turner Overdrive live in concert.
Next Friday at Shooting Star Casino, man. That's going to be a great show. I'm not going to miss that one either.
So we asked on our fan page on Facebook at 1079thefox.com, what was your favorite concert you ever went to?
Jeez, that's tough.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, especially, it's going to sound like maybe we're bragging, but, you know, it's part of the perks being in this biz. We've seen a lot of concerts. In fact, I have forgotten about some of the concerts that I've gone to because there's been that many.
Completely agree with you. And a lot of times I don't talk about it because I do feel like I'm bragging because this job, it's one of the perks is... Here's an example. Here's a couple of them, you know. Page and Plant, when they were here, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago. I don't know how long it's been, but I was able to... back then, we had a little bit more access because, it was
a different world then.
It was a different world.
It was before 9/11.
9/11. That's exactly right. And so anyway, long story short, I got to hang out for about an hour with Robert Plant.
How about that?
As he's doing his laundry, and down in the bowels of the Fargo Dome, there's a laundry room, and that's where we hung out. And he was just as normal as the day is long. Right across the hallway, Jimmy Page was there having dinner. Just a nice, lovely English gentleman. Couldn't have been more polite. And I felt bad because here I am. He's got linen, china. He's eating dinner. And he gets up out of dinner, greet me. And, and I'm like, awesome. I just couldn't stop apologizing. I'm so sorry. And I, of course, had a couple of albums for those guys to sign. I still have that on my wall. And it's situations like that, that I appreciate for my job. Fleetwood Mac. I was backstage with those guys and was able to hang out down there. Got some great pictures with some of the old Fox crew. And that's when Stevie Nicks kissed me on the lips.
What?
Yeah, right there in the hallway. It was, and we were greeting them and stuff and kind of talking. And
you can tell me, did you slip her the tongue?
No. Marge wouldn't have liked that. But she's little. She was in heels and she had to tiptoe to kiss me. She put her hands on my chest and said, "I've got one for you." And she gave me a kiss.
That's
and I
awesome.
was just like, man, that was cemented.
That's awesome.
It just made the experience that much more special. So I don't bring it up a lot because, again, I don't want to sound like I'm bragging.
Right.
But it was pretty damn cool.
It is. And, I guess in the biz, those are, again, those opportunities that we get a chance at. And like you said, not as much as some would think, though, especially nowadays.
Now, you just have no access nowadays. This just doesn't happen anymore like it used to. And there's a couple other examples, but there was some illegal stuff that I can't talk about on air.
So we want to hear your stories. What was your favorite concert you ever went to? Leave that comment now on our fan page on Facebook at 1079thefox.com, and we'll come back and go through those.
Now, here's the Fox Morning Show
on 107.9 The Fox.
So again, this weekend, we are spotlighting live cuts from your favorite classic rockers starting at 4 this afternoon. And then come Monday, make sure you're listening for your chance to win tickets to see Bachman Turner Overdrive live in concert.
How about that? That's going to be cool. Yeah, don't miss that show next Friday at Shooting Star.
So on our fan page on Facebook at 1079thefox.com, we want to know, what was your favorite concert you ever went to? And again, man, well over 200 comments.
Yeah, everybody sounded off. Rob Kelly, man, I would have loved to have been to this. He went to the US Festival in '82. I don't know if you remember that at all.
Dude, I live 15 minutes from it.
That was in San Bernardino.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was at that show.
That's where Motley Crue got really their start.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was on that show.
Van Halen was the headliner. Ozzy was there. It was an unbelievable festival.
The Ramones, the B-52s, the Police, Talking Heads, the Kinks, the Cars, Santana, Eddie Money,
Yeah.
Pat Benatar, Tom Petty, Fleetwood Mac, Grateful Dead, Jackson Brown. I mean, Jimmy Buffett. Jeez, what a show.
How about Brent Blatchford?
Oh, Blatchford, yeah.
Alice Cooper back in 77. He was in 7th grade.
Yeah, that's when Alice was still heavy into everything, and that's before he got himself cleaned up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
right?
yeah, that's something different. Yeah.
There was a lot of comments from our listeners talking about Rock in the Hills, and I'm very familiar with Rock in the Hills because when I worked at the Fox in Bismarck, we'd cover that every year, and that, of course, was up there in Botno. There was a lot of great shows, much like Moondance Jam.
Right, we covered it here, too. I never went. We had a few other jocks that would go up there, but I never did go up there. I don't know. Maybe it was Minot that was throwing me off or something. I don't know. Tom Schultz says... Clapton, Stones, Pink Floyd, Beth Hart, Buddy Guy. Pink Floyd I saw in 87 for their Learning to Fly. That was at Foxborough Stadium in Massachusetts, which was an open stadium at the time, and it was a foggy night. Pea soup. So you can imagine the laser light show. And, and everything was just weird. It was cool. It was a cool experience.
Corey says the best show he ever went to was Ozzy and Zombie. I remember that.
I remember that show. Sure do. That was a great show.
What a 1-2 punch.
That was my first time seeing Rob Zombie.
Dan said Prince at the Fargo Dome. That must have been before I lived here.
Maria says the Stones. That was a great time. I loved seeing the Stones. That was my first time seeing them here at the Fargo Dome.
Was that when Mick was spotted bowling with his kids?
Yes, with his daughter and her friends. Yep.
Roger said Van Halen, their early days with David Lee Roth, when he was chugging a bottle of Jack and Eddie was just going crazy on the guitar. I would pay a lot of money to actually see that again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The heyday of Van Halen, I never got a chance. When I first saw Van Halen...
And being a Cali kid, too, boy. I thought you would have.
Yeah, no, the first time I saw Van Halen was with Sammy Hagar.
Chuck Morton says that's the Muppets playing Orchard Park in 83.
Oh, man, I bet that was a wild and crazy time.
I suppose, yeah.
Kelly said Kid Rock and Bob Seger. We had a lot of our listeners say that concert.
Ryan Center said Motley Crue, 94, Fargo Civic.
Oh, I remember that.
That had been like seeing Motley Crue in a high school gym, man. That had to be something. I remember seeing Crosby, Stills, Nash there. That was a fun show at the Fargo Civic.
I was at that Fargo Civic show with Motley Crue, and it got cut short. It was their Generation Swine tour, smack dab in the middle of when grunge music was super popular. Okay. The crew was still out there touring, but not playing to crowds like they had just been playing to. So they're at the Fargo Civic. Somebody throws a shoe and hits Vince. That was the end of the show. They cut it about 3-4 songs short, right? They left, never came back. People left pissed, and they left quickly. Some buddies and I, we stuck around. When we left, we went around the back of the Civic because we were staying at the Howard Johnson over there.
Oh, right across the street from the backstage, yeah.
There's Motley Crue's bus, just parked.
That's where I saw Crosby, Stills, and Nash bus. And it's right there. It's like a small, tiny parking lot. I can't believe they got a bus in there.
Nikki Sixx and Tommy Lee are just standing there by the bus smoking a cigarette. And, of course, we walk up, shoot the breeze with them, get some pics.
You the douchebag that threw the shoe? You should have said that. You should have said, can I have my shoe back? You should have taken one of your shoes off. I was just dancing. I'm so sorry.
All right. We want to hear from you. Let us know. What was your favorite concert you ever went to? Leave that on our fan page on Facebook at 1079thefox.com.
1, 2, 3, come on! This week, this is the Fox Morning Show.
Now trending. Now, here's what's trending on 107.9 The Fox.
All right, so we've got a video that's gone viral of a wife's NFL game day drinking game that blew up on social media.
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
Let's go! Okay.
This wife made a bingo card where each square is a different reaction to her husband when he's watching his team, the Cowboys.
3rd and 14. What are we doing?
And then there's some
there's a lot
not
of words.
So nice
yeah,
words
we
can't repeat.
Say that here on the radio.
But it's on her bingo card.
And you can't say just the one word because it's a whole string of words that usually flies out of my mouth. Yeah, it's offensive.
Looking at the video, it looks like she's going for blackout, and she's well on her way.
She's going for blackout. That's a new car.
She's going to be so wasted by the time she's done playing this round. Yeah. Well, I imagine she'll have her bingo card ready to go this weekend. They're home playing the Packers.
Wow. So we'll post it on our Facebook feed so you can see and make your own bingo card at home, and we can all play along. Not with him, but with ourselves.
That's right. That's right.
Because we like to play with ourselves. But this needs to be on Shark Tank, man.
Right?
This chick could make some money.
Man, yeah.
I've already messaged Anthony about the app idea, so I might not be here Monday.
Yeah, this could be your $1 million idea.
Dude, yes.
Yeah, I do a lot of the same things that this guy does. Like aggressively pet your dog. Oh, when I'm nervous, I'm like, Boomer, get over here, Boomer.
You know, I can't. I won't. It's not that I can't because they're not in the room. Because I start cussing.
And they bolt?
Lady bolts upstairs. Jupiter's out in the kitchen. Nobody's around. I'm like, what's the matter with you guys? Where's your spirit?
There's some great squares here. You know, him yelling, get him! Get him! How many times have you done that, right?
Right.
Tackle!
Yep.
Tackle him!
Snap his neck!
Touchdown for the wife.
Yeah. If you're lucky, we get one of those.
Notice that's not on her bingo card.
It's funny for a Dallas fan, right? Yeah. Right, especially postseason.
Now, here's today's headlines with the Fox Morning Show.
On 107.9, The Fox.
Today, January the 12th, every year, Kiss a Ginger Day.
Hair's red. National Kiss a Ginger Day.
Long, luxurious,
Flowing red hair.
It's time to celebrate Kiss a Ginger Day.
Let's see a big open mouth sloppy kiss.
Tongues.
No tongues.
Oh.
No tongues.
Oh, my porcelain ginger-haired prankster.
Pucker up, baby.
Happy Kiss a Ginger Day.
Showtime! We don't have any gingers around here, do we?
No, I have some ginger root at home.
I know I got some ginger ale at home, too.
Oh, yeah, we have a little ginger ale.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I'd like to...
It's a good weekend to stay in.
I'd like to tell Mother Nature to kiss my grits, because this sucks. Ooh. This is cold. That Fox forecast today with just 5 for the high, single digits below 0 tonight, and that's going to be the highs for the next 3 days after that, all the way through Monday, your Martin Luther King Day, sub-zero temps again for the daytime highs. So we got a bit of a cold snap we have to get through. We'll do it. We have to.
Yeah,
no
well,
choice.
I got no other option.
No other choice unless you can find a quick flight to Arizona, where it's not even that much warmer. My wife's down there visiting, and she woke up to like 20-degree temps yesterday.
Look at St. Louis.
Yeah, the same thing, right?
This weekend, you know, with the games. It's going to be
Kansas City, yeah.
I keep saying St. Louis. Kansas City.
Yeah,
it's going to be like 0.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be cold for those guys
Absolutely,
down there.
Yeah.
Got to be.
So that full Fox forecast anytime at 1079thefox.com. We've got -6 now at 7:02.
There it is. Friday. We made it. And the 12th day of the new year. Here's what's shaking in our corner of the globe. Heads up as multiple law enforcement agencies across the state are reporting a trend of retail theft using credit card skimming. Fargo PD says suspects are targeting liquor stores and manually entering card information that's then charged back after they leave, resulting in the retail loss. If you've got a business that's been a victim of this scam, make sure you contact Red River Regional Dispatch. And if you have any info regarding this activity, you're urged to call the Fargo PD hotline. Honor Guard's going to be cleaning up wreaths in the Fargo National Cemetery tomorrow. They put out a public request to help during the cleanup, saying many hands make little work. So wreaths are going to be collected tomorrow starting at 11. And remember, dress warm because it's going to be cold out there. That wind chill's forecast to be about in the double digits below. Super, we all know that can be dangerous. Guy in Texas claims Walmart racially profiled him and violated his civil rights when they falsely accused him of shoplifting. So he's suing him for $100 million. Or he says he'd take unlimited free shopping for life.
Like that, or?
Yeah, or. It's like the big farm boys. They get the stink eye from the manager at the buffet, when they come walking in.
That's right.
Hey, a heads up, too. Drew Shadeen's story gets told around the 20th anniversary. Can you believe that?
Oh,
this
been
year?
That long already.
That's tonight on 2020. That's going to be on. You don't want to miss that.
And then I think I heard if you miss it there, they'll have it streaming on Hulu.
I imagine they would.
Yeah.
Just like everything nowadays. If you miss it, don't sweat it. Hey, happy Quitters Day, everybody. The second Friday in January is when you're statistically most likely to abandon your resolution. About 80 of us have supposedly ditched them by now.
Oh, man.
My resolution is just to not make a resolution.
There you go. You're sticking to it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
A church in Texas put up a wrought iron fence to deter thieves. Then the thieves stole the fence. I couldn't make that up, man. I couldn't make that up. Yeah, and these YouTubers, man, somebody's got to put an end to this. YouTube wannabe in Europe ended up in police custody after pouring buckets filled with poop, oil, and food onto the heads of unsuspecting victims.
What?
They'd never find his body. I mean, are you kidding? I mean, anybody I know would just put the boots to this guy. He is charged with assault and battery and damaging property. I can't believe, man. Microsoft has overtaken Apple as the world's most valuable company.
Really?
Isn't that something?
Wow.
Meanwhile, Blockbuster and Radio Shack continue to gain ground on X. And finally, a place called Sloth Encounters in Long Island is accused of abusive behavior, which includes sloths fighting each other.
Oh.
Boy, throw the book at these guys, huh? You know the first rule of Sloth Fight Club?
What?
Pack a lunch, man, because this is going to go at least 35 rounds.
I thought it was we don't talk about Sloth Fight Club.
I know. If you're going to watch, if you yourself of a sloth, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
That's your news for right now.
Hey, coming up this morning, Sam is back with his Super Wildcard Weekend predictions. We have more tickets for that Tom Petty experience. And shortly, we're trying again to get a hold of, well, the biggest Lions fan we know. And, well, she lives in Wisconsin. It's so weird.
It is weird.
Speaking of, we've got some NFL news for you next in sports.
5 to shoot, backing in on Diallo. Right hand dribble. Bowden getting position, lays it up and good. It is good for Scupper. 89-84. Bison lead double overtime.
Great game for Scunberg, who finished with 23 points. And the Bison outlasted Kansas City in double overtime, 92-91. How about that? Finally back in the win column. They're back on the road tomorrow as they will be in Omaha. Catch all that action right here on your Bison Nation station. Coverage starting at 6, tip-off at 7. In Viking news, they're headed back to London. The NFL announcing yesterday that the Vikings have been designated to host a regular season game at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium during the 2024 season. And so apparently there's I don't want to call it a rule, but they're allowed to have 4 games away from U.S. Bank Stadium, and this will be the 4th. This will be the final game away from
No
US
more of
Bank
that crap
Stadium.
until they renew it.
Exactly. And you know what? The Vikings are 3-0 in regular season London games, so they've actually done very well over there across the pond.
We do well getting out of town.
Mm-hmm.
Way out of town.
Yeah, way out of town. Meanwhile, this broke yesterday late. In fact, during our last hour of our show, so it's worth mentioning again, as Bill Belichick is leaving the Patriots after 24 years and a day after Nick Saban retired.
Jeez.
2 of the greatest coaches ever, back-to-back.
You know,
like
Pete
that.
Carroll going away like that, too. That's a lot of
end of an era.
Crowned heads have rolled here, yeah.
As we get ready to hit the postseason in the NFL, Super Wildcard Weekend is here. 2 games in the AFC tomorrow, starting with the Browns and the Texans. And good luck trying to see that Chiefs-Dolphins game because it's on Peacock. Yeah.
Nice.
You know why they made it the Chiefs game? Because they know Swiftie fans will buy it.
Yes, that's right. Mm-hmm. You're just to catch a glimpse of the magic.
Yeah, right. And it's supposed to be one of the coldest games ever.
Yeah.
Right now, they're forecasting a temp of 3 above at kickoff with a wind chill of minus 30. That's at kickoff. Just imagine what it's going to be like by the end of the game.
That's in Kansas City,
It sure is.
That's right.
The coldest game ever, still, the Ice Bowl between the Packers and Cowboys at Lambeau back in 1967. Actual
And they're
temp.
still whining about it.
They are. But it was minus 13 actual temp. That's cold. That's pretty damn cold to be playing football.
You're going to have an open stadium. Don't cry about it.
Your Sunday schedule looks like this, starting with the Steelers at the Bills. Speaking of the Packers and Cowboys, they got game 2 down there in the Big D, and it wraps up with the Lions hosting the Rams. On Monday, we get, a wild card game on Monday. The Eagles will have to travel to Tampa, where it'll be a lot warmer than Kansas City, that's for sure, and a lot warmer than Philadelphia. So Cody Monk and the Bucs, hopefully they're ready for those dirty birds from Philly.
I hope so, too.
Meanwhile, which team do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? It's split in a new poll. It's a tie between the Ravens and the 49ers, and that's right in line with our listeners as well on our fan page on Facebook at 1079thefox.com. If you want to weigh in, let us know, but right now, the majority are picking the Ravens and the 49ers, and they are the 2 best teams going into the postseason.
It's a safe pick.
Yeah, it's a safe pick, for sure. That's your Fox Sports. That Fox forecast again today. 5 above for the high. Tonight, single digits below 0. And sub-zero temps are where we are going to be for daytime highs starting tomorrow through Monday, your Martin Luther King Day. That full Fox forecast at 1079thefox.com. Hey, we're warming up, man. We're already up to -4 now at 7:12.
All right. Yeah. Happy Friday. Hey, coming up, we got Sarah coming. She's the biggest Lions fan we know that lives in Milwaukee. And she's an island in the stream, that gal. We're going to have her on the show talking sports next.
Now here's the Fox Morning Show.
107.9 The Fox.
All right, let's try and get a hold of the biggest Lions fan we know.
You know, I'm going to look at their website. There's not one picture of Sarah on here.
Well.
Hey! Is this Sarah?
Of course it's Sarah.
It's the biggest Lions fan we know.
I'm wearing my 1991 NFC Central Champion Lions shirt because that was before they were in the old NFC North.
Yeah. Wow, man.
You are hardcore, girl. So
you weren't even born in 91.
I feel like you guys owe me an apology.
I'm sorry.
I feel like you thought my Lions ideas were pretty pie in the sky, and here we are.
Yeah, well, but you understand. It's the Lions, right? I mean, you guys have been doing this for 30 years.
Yeah, the lovable losers.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I am on my way to Detroit tomorrow afternoon. I will be at the game on Sunday.
Oh, we're going to look for you. Yeah. Wave to us, will you?
Well, I will. You know, I got to tell you, though, I am very relieved that we're not playing the Packers in the first round because just as it would be, of course, the Packers, lose Rodgers. They're supposed to have a garbage year, start out looking like a bunch of chumps, and now they're playing the best goddamn football they've played all year. And I knew I couldn't show face here at Jack's American Pub if it's a repeat of 94 where the Lions finally make the goddamn playoffs and the Packers come into my town and kick our ass.
I love the passion.
Yeah.
Sons of bitches.
So, who are you? Who do you want now that your boys are out?
Well, I mean, as of this weekend, Dallas.
Anybody that's playing the Packers is our second favorite team.
Pretty much.
Obviously.
Yes, yeah, and you know that. Yeah. So, okay, first off, so how do you like your chances, though, against your old quarterback, Matthew Stafford?
Yeah, talk about a full circle moment.
Well, just all of it. I mean, you can't write this any better. I feel good. But I'm a Lions fan, so there is a cap to the good and joy and expectation I allow myself to feel. But because I'm a Lions fan, it doesn't matter if we win or lose this weekend. Like, the city's going to be on fire. I mean, we are going. Detroit's going to be louder.
All the time in Detroit. I'm in Detroit.
Yeah, I mean,
down, Sarah.
Yeah, guys, listen to this. Okay, Ford Field opens in 2002. We have not hosted a playoff game since that facility opened. Yep. Are you kidding
30
me?
30 years
Bad,
it's been.
Man. Yeah.
It's going to be wild on Sunday.
Sure.
The whole city is going to be wild.
I just feel bad if you guys do lose to Matthew Stafford. Like,
dude, it's going to be so...
You guys should not go out that way.
I know, but here's the thing. We're the Lions, right? Like, of course that would happen, right? Like, of course we would get to this point, and then Matt Stafford, our old quarterback, is going to come in and just destroy our lives. Like, like, if you're writing this, right, like, that's what happens, because that's what happens to the Detroit Lions.
I feel like they are. I feel like NFL is exactly what they had scripted back here.
They've got the best script writers. I'm telling you what. Take it serious.
I know.
The NFL is much better.
Nobody was on strike on that time. Not right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
thank God.
I got to know, though, you're smack dab there in the middle of cheesehead country, and so we'll come back and talk about that.
And now it's time for Dave's Deep Thought with your radio pal, Dave Jacobs.
On 107.9, The Fox.
Whenever I get sick, I get my immune system drunk so it'll fight anything.
Dave's Deep Thought.
107.9, The Fox.
Back with our lovely Lions fan, Sarah.
Who lives in Wisconsin, right there in Milwaukee, amongst the cheeseheads.
Yeah, she puts up with a lot every day.
How are they feeling about their chances going down to the Big D and taking on their old coach?
Oh, well, if you know anything about Packers fans, you know they're the worst. And they...
I swear to God, I thought you were going to say they love the Big D.
Yeah. they can't handle that kind of thunder up here. The thing about Packers fans is they're so annoying and they're so elitist, and they just think that their team is always going to win. So, mid-season, it was fire everybody, this is the worst, and then they start winning a couple games, and all you hear these cheeseheads talking about is how the Packers are going all the way, nobody expected it, even when we're down, we're still the best, blah, 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 blah.
You know what?
Yeah.
I do hope you guys get a chance to knock them out of the playoffs. I really do.
Hilarious.
Dude, I mean, oh God, if we could knock them out, I could die. Like, that's it. That's all I need. I won't even.
That's your Super Bowl.
Sarah's done.
That's my Super Bowl, right? And just to be able to walk back into this bar with both middle fingers up and everybody just having to, kiss my ass would be pretty stellar. I've taken a lot of abuse the last 12 years being a Lions fan in these parts, guys.
Yeah, there's something kind of pent up. I feel it. I feel it in you.
Yeah, this is my moment. This is my moment. I need it.
Burner crap.
Yeah, exactly. So it's tough, though, because Detroit's going to be such a riot on Sunday. So we're going to try to get down early, park ourselves somewhere so we can watch the Packers game, and then head in to Ford Field.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think you're going to be walking into Ford Field already feeling good, because I just don't see that. I don't see the Packers going down to Dallas and winning.
Hilarious.
Dude, I don't either.
No, not really. No. I got to mention, too, Sarah, I'm on JacksAmericanPub.com, your website. There's not one damn picture of you on that website.
Oh, well, that's not very cool. Well, I told you. Didn't I tell you guys? They call me Old Sarah. I'm the oldest bartender that works here. So they're not gonna feature the old lady. I think I told you this too. I've had one bad Google review the whole time that I've worked here, and the way they described me, hand to God, was the old lady in the Lions jersey.
You took that as a compliment, though, I hope.
Hell yeah, I did. It was two Packers fans, and they were upset. They said that I verbally abused them in their Rodgers jerseys, and I was being mean. I was being mean to them, and I was like, oh my God, get bent.
Yeah, you tell them, sister, you get bent. Yeah, because all I'm seeing is a bunch of slack-jawed Packer fans on there right now. They need to pretty it up a little bit.
Yeah, tell me about it. Well, I just talked to my boss, who I won $50 from in the last Lions game, because he hates the Lions and consistently bets against them, and that works well for me. But I was telling him, he was pissed that he lost the bet, and he was like, "Aren't you almost 40? When are we putting you out to pasture?"
Wow.
Well, document that crap, Sarah. That's
Take that to
I've got a whole ledger full. Don't you worry.
I don't know how anybody can hate the Lions. I feel bad for the Lions.
You gotta love the Lions.
My God, it's been 30 years.
So due.
It's so due.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not an idiot, right? Like, I don't think, I understand that we, might not be Super Bowl champs this year, but I love our team. I love our chances just to get past the first round of the playoffs, which, again, we're Lions fans, low expectations. Anything that they do, we're just proud of them and just getting farther than the year before. So, Hutchinson, look at our team. They're a lovable group of guys. Dan the Gamble Campbell has done a great job, besides at the end of that goddamn Cowboys game. What a heartbreaker that was. Jesus.
The problem with that was he out-tricked the refs. That's the problem there. So you can't out-trick
the problem.
Right.
Yeah, wrong move.
Sarah, you keep up the good work and keep those jackbags in line over there at Jack's American Pub, will you?
Oh, no worries on that front, guys. I am holding it down.
All right. We're going to be talking to you after the win.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I cannot wait. Think of me on Sunday when the Lions are heading to the next round, okay?
We'll give you a few days, to walk it off.
Sober up, yeah.
Yeah, to sober up. You got it. All right, guys, take care. Go Lions. Bye.
Bye now.
Well, make sure you know that, Ginger, because the Gingers, at least the ones I know, are feisty.
Yeah, and ask permission.
Yeah, you land one on their lips. You might get one in the eye. You know what I mean? Yeah.
If that's what you're looking for.
Well, maybe you're into that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to it. Your weekend is here. Yes, it's going to be cold, but it's still the weekend. Enjoy. That Fox forecast with a high of 5 above today. Tonight, single digits below 0. And then tomorrow through your Martin Luther King Day on Monday, sub-zero highs.
Yeah, we'll get through it.
Yeah, we will. It's -4 now. It's 8 o'clock straight up.
And on a Friday, 12th day into our new year, welcome to it. You made it to the weekend. Here's what's shaking in our corner of the globe. Heads up as multiple law enforcement agencies across the state are reporting a trend of retail thefts using credit card skimming. Fargo PD says suspects are targeting liquor stores and manually entering card information that's then charged back, resulting in retail loss.
It's always something.
It is. There's always just, it's constant for the scammers.
I know.
It's just constant.
I'll get out there and make an honest living.
Well, how about that?
Yeah.
Don't turn a wrench for a change.
Mm-hmm.
The heads up as the Honor Guard's going to be cleaning up wreaths tomorrow at the National Cemetery, just north of town there. The organization put out a public request for help during the cleanup, saying many hands make little work. They're going to be collected starting at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Remember, it's forecasted to have a wind chill that feels like 23 below. So please dress warmly if you do want to go volunteer and help out for sure. And hey, Drew Shadeen's story gets told on the 20th anniversary. That's tonight on 2020.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss that. Here's some random facts for you. The Beatles used a pitch only cats and dogs can hear at the end of A Day in the Life.
How do we know that?
We don't. I asked my cat. He's not talking. And Jimmy Hoffa's middle name was Riddle.
Really?
Yeah, with 2 Ds. Like Riddle.
Yeah.
He'll names their kid that.
Riddle.
Yeah. People who are participating in Dry January have not been impressed by White Claw's new non-alcoholic drinks.
Oh?
Because they're charging beer prices for basically flavored water.
What?
They're still charging the alcohol price. Yeah, no kidding. City of St. Paul, Minnesota elected an all-female city council.
Oh, wow.
The city's first act was to give the key to the city to Jimmy Choo. So that's, the shoe guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Samsung unveiled an AI robot companion for pets.
Weird.
It is weird. Perfect for pet owners who care about their animals.
Yeah, right.
Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's got attached to the Roomba. I guess that's an AI pet.
Boomer doesn't like our Roomba.
He doesn't like
he barks at it.
They're not fans of each other.
Nope.
It's Girl Scout cookie time. It's coming around the corner.
Yeah.
Even though there's no new flavors, the Scouts expect record sales because there's a ton of new dispensaries in the nation this year.
That's right.
And in a new interview, George Santos warned people not to count him out.
Okay.
After all, who led the Patriots comeback from a 28-3 deficit against the Falcons in Super Bowl 51? Huh?
Yeah, right.
That's right. There's your news for now.
Hey, we got Sam. He's back with his 3 quick picks in the NFL for the Super Wild Card Weekend. Speaking of, we have that schedule for your Super Wild Card Weekend next in sports.
Pivoting, driving, 5 to shoot, backing in on Diallo. Right hand dribble. Bowden getting position, lays it up and good. It is good for Scumberg. 89-84. Bison lead double overtime.
Bowden led the way with 23 last night, and the Bison outlasted Kansas City in double overtime, 92-91 to get back in the win column. Way to go, boys.
Yeah.
They'll be back at it tomorrow in Omaha. We will have that game for you as well. Coverage beginning at 6, tip-off at 7 here on your Bison Nation station. Meanwhile, in Viking news, they're headed back to London in the 2024 season. They announced that yesterday that the Vikings have been designated to host a regular season game at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Hope I'm saying that right. I like the sounds of it, even if I'm not.
Yeah.
Tottenham Hotspur.
You really try to say it in an English accent.
Okay, try and say that.
No, you.
No.
You're doing the sports, damn it.
Only thing I know English, or that sounds English, would be something like bloody. Bloody well right.
Look at that. Boy, who am I even talking to over there?
The bloody Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. See, I can't do it. The Vikings, by the way, are 3-0 in regular season London games. So, hey, maybe we should play all of our home games in London.
All right. It's going to work.
Meanwhile, this seems like old news because we actually talked about this yesterday at about this time, but that's when this news broke. Bill Belichick is leaving the Patriots after 24 years. Of course, many call him the best coach in history of the NFL. A day after they say the best coach in college football retired, Nick Saban. How weird.
It's just so many ends of an era, like Pete Carroll, too. I mean, he's not retiring, but he's, but Belichick's retiring, right? He's done. No, so he's still going to work.
He still wants to work.
He wants to work. All right. He doesn't care. Greeter, whatever you got.
That's right. Yeah, 7 spots open, or is it up to 8? No, it's up to 8.
I think it's up to 8.
8 spots open in the NFL for head coaching positions, so maybe he'll land at one of those. He is kind of rumored to maybe take the Commander's job, but we'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, they're playing this weekend. The Super Wild Card weekend is here with a couple of games starting tomorrow, the Browns and Texans, and then good luck finding that Chiefs game against the Dolphins tomorrow night because it's on Peacock. Not NBC, Peacock.
Yeah.
That's the streaming service, and it's probably one of the least streaming services that is, bought. It's not that popular.
It's the one your wife's going to be like, see? We should have gotten it when Yellowstone got put on it, or if it was Paramount. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, that one was Paramount, see? Nobody's got Peacock. I don't think anybody has
Keep
Peacock.
them straight. I need a program.
Yeah, I know. And it's supposed
I
to
need
be
the TV guide.
It's supposed to be one of the coldest games ever. Will Sam, the man, be picking that game in our 3 quick picks? We'll have to wait and find out. But the coldest game so far in history, you have to go all the way back to 1967, the Ice Bowl. You hear about it all the time. They're still whining about it.
I know, but this is Kansas City.
I know. That's what makes it weird.
That's what makes it weird.
Yeah, the Ice Bowl was minus 13 actual temp.
Yeah.
We'll see how cold it gets tomorrow night.
Yeah,
but
that violin string has been replaced many times. I've been playing that crying game.
We got a triple header on Sunday, starting with the Steelers at the Bills, followed by the Packers at the Cowboys, and it wraps up with the Lions hosting the Rams, and then we even get a Monday night wild card game between the Eagles and the Bucks. And who's going to win it all this year? Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Not the Vikings.
No, dang it. The latest poll has a tie between the Ravens and 49ers. That's the team, or teams in this case, most people think will win. And that falls in line with the poll we have on our fan page on Facebook at 1079thefox.com. Most of our listeners said Ravens or 49ers.
That falls in line with what we were talking about, what Popeyes is doing with free wings.
Oh, yes.
So if Baltimore's in it, that's wings for free if they win.
If they win.
If they win.
That's why I'm now a Ravens fan.
That's right, yes.
Hey, and
cool.
they wear purple.
They wear purple, Edgar Allan Poe. It's all creepy and spooky. Yes, I'm in.
That's your Fox Sports. That Fox forecast again. Cold. 5 today for the high, and then single digits below 0 again tonight. And we won't get out of that for the next few days. Sub-zero highs tomorrow through Monday, Martin Luther King Day. Full Fox forecast anytime at 1079thefox.com. -4 now at 8:11.
I'm making chili, man. Making it today, so it'll be ready tomorrow for the game time, right? And Sammy's back, speaking of the NFL, with his 3 quick picks for the Super Wild Card weekend coming up.
Now, here's the Fox Morning Show
with Sam's 3 quick picks.
On 107.9, The Fox.
Morning, fellas.
Hey, we know you're tight, so we'll get right to it. Boy, it wouldn't feel like a Friday if we didn't talk to this guy, Sam Needleman, voice of the Bison 1660.
He's got the best football mind I know.
You're being generous there, Boots. But great to be with you guys. Happy Friday. Big weekend of football coming up.
It's the Super Wild Card weekend.
Dude, he's getting you slathered up with barbecue sauce. He knows you're in Kansas City. He wants to bring back some ribs.
I tell you what, I think this is the place to do it, right? What a nice little town. I've never spent too much time here. I was at a Royals game once, but I've never actually been in downtown Kansas City for an extended period of time. And they've got good eating, that's for sure. We're going to have some barbecue and all that, for sure.
If you love the people you worked with, you bring some back.
Well, Kansas City, I don't know what your picks are yet, but that is one of the places that is going to be hosting one of the wild card games this weekend, and it's going to be cold. They're saying like a -5 for kickoff, a -12 for wind chill, and it's the Dolphins coming to Kansas City.
Oh, man, it's wither like a hothouse flower.
Well, isn't that crazy, though, guys? Like, the Dolphins were one game away from having a home playoff game and having the 2 seed in the AFC. And they lose to the Bills last week of the regular season, and now they have to go to Arrowhead into the elements, as you just mentioned. I mean, it's going to be colder than heck, and this is a Miami team that's predicated on its offense, predicated on its speed. These types of teams typically don't fare well when you get to a playoff environment and this type of weather. And Kansas City, for all the flaws they've had, their one calling card that's won them ball games this year has been their defense. So it's going to be an uphill climb for Miami here over the weekend.
Holy, that's old Met Stadium weather, man. That's, that's Lambeau weather,
That's right. So let's start. Let's get into your 3 quick picks here in the NFL, starting with your lock for the weekend.
You know what? I'm going to go with the game we were just talking about there, Kansas City and the Dolphins. It's the Peacock game, right? So get your subscriptions if you haven't gotten them already. I think the NFL knew what they were doing, tried to draw in, I think, the Taylor Swift fan base to get some revenue stream with this behind a subscription streaming network. But the Chiefs are 4.5-point favorites. And I know everybody's been down on the Chiefs just as a whole, right? If they lose this game, there's going to be a lot of questions swirling about Andy Reid, Mahomes, and sort of just like where to from here, right? Like, have they hit their peak? They won 2 Super Bowls. It's going to be the return of Tyreek Hill. Really big game, a lot riding on it for Kansas City, but I like their defense, like I said earlier. I think they find a way to win. And give me them to cover the 4.5.
Coach Andy's got a lot of nuggies riding on this team.
Your upset pick for the Super Wild Card weekend is?
I'm going to go with the AFC South champions. I'm going to go Houston to upset the Browns, who are 2.5-point favorites in the first game of the weekend. It'll be Saturday at 3:30. Browns are a great story, right? Joe Flacco, with what he's been able to do at this stage in his career, coming out of nowhere and leading them to victories. Their defense is great. But I saw something in Houston watching them against my Colts this past weekend, and what was essentially a playoff game as well. It was winning in, and they won it. Jaguars lost, so they win the division in the process. I think that the Texans find a way to snatch a playoff game in C.J. Stroud's rookie year. DeMeco Ryans, the young head coach, has done a superb job for Houston. I like the Texans as 2.5-point dogs to find a way to squeak one out. That's my upset pick.
Cool.
Yeah, why not? You get points taking the Texans, and they're the home team? I'd take that, too. All right, and our bonus pick for the weekend, man, we've got Christian Watson in the Packers going down to the Big D to take on the Packers' former coach and Pro Bison Hunter Lipke. Who do you like in our bonus pick for the Super Wild Card weekend?
Guys, this is a tough pick, right? Because it's like, if you're a Vikings fan, this is trying to find the lesser of two evils. You don't want to see the Packers win this game, nor does anybody like Dallas. Can you really trust Dallas at this time of the year, fellas? I mean,
right.
For all the expectations, they do win their division, which is pretty remarkable. They end up finishing a game up on the Eagles in the NFC East. And they are at home. It is Mike McCarthy against his former team. I kind of like Green Bay and where they've been trending. I mean, Jordan Love is starting to materialize. That guy is looking like the quarterback that they were hoping for him to be. It's hard to believe that he is, because after that game where he threw 3 picks against the Raiders on Monday night or Thursday night, one of the primetime games, I thought, man, this is not going well, this experiment with Jordan Love. Well, they've turned the tide. as you said, you'll be rooting for Christian Watson. You'll be rooting for Hunter Lipsky, the two Bison that'll be involved in this game on the field.
Right.
I just think that Dallas finds a way. I can't trust them 100%. It feels a little icky giving them the keys to the car here in this game as the bonus pick, the third pick, which we know here at our game everything hinges on. But I like him at home, and I like him because CeeDee Lamb, I think, is going to have a big game. He has been playing out of his mind. I think he finds a way against Jair Alexander, who's been in the headlines for all the wrong reasons over the last month, right? With some of his antics. So I think they find a way at home. Give me Dallas.
All right, I think we're set to go, man.
Sam the man, Sam Niederman, you bet. Bison 1660. You be safe out there, buddy.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.